Hi Virgo, welcome to your March 2020 reading. Virgo, in the month of March, there's huge amount of focus in your house of partnership, in your house of business partnership, as well as personal relationship, your one-on-one connection, your spouse, your other half, your business partner, your close and influential client who's very, very important to you, because there's a new phase, a new partnership, a new way of being in a relationship comes into existence, either because of a new partnership entering your life or a new phase starting in the life of your partner. This is where your ability to share your life with others comes into focus. We are redefining our existing commitments or contracts, or initiating a new kind of relationship, a new kind of partnership, a new client acquisition might be happening in the month of March, and it will all would have already it would have already been set into motion towards end of February, because we had a new moon in this house on 23rd of February, which will have an impact on you till 9th of March. But because your ruler Mercury is currently retrograde, the full information on how this will pan out, how this shift in relationship will pan out, how this new client acquisition will turn out, what will be the terms, what will be the way, the full information on this new phase in partnership might not have been revealed yet, because there's certain amount of details that are yet to be examined and need to be worked on during this period. Until 9th of March, you would be working on the details that are required. You'll be working on what makes you happy if it comes to your when it comes to your personal relationship, what makes you more fulfilled when it comes to your personal relationship, what are the terms of engagement that you want to have, what is the contract, the unspoken rules that we have in our relationships. What are those? What is the share of work? What is the balance in relationship duties and rules that we want to have? Lot of things that are unsaid normally, they are said, and old issues do come up when we have Mercury retrograde in our house of partnerships. So till 9th of March, you would find yourself going over the terms of commitments, the term of partnerships. You might be working on a new partnership, a new business partnership, or a new contract with somebody on a one-on-one basis, or a client contract you might be working on. And there is need to sort of sort out the issues, need to air the issues, you need to handle it at this moment. They will come and they need to be handled face on, and this is not the first time that this is happening, because we had the same retrograde last year in March as well. So there's a first phase possibly that you have already gone through of growth, or sort of sorting this out at one level last year in March. Now we are moving to the next level of it. And Mercury will not go retrograde in your house of partnerships till about 2026. So this is a rare transit which is coming to completion till 9th of March, where we are renegotiating a client contract, where we are reinventing ourselves with others, with our partner, with our life partner, or with our business partner. We are refining how we deal others on a one-on-one basis. So all the previous assumptions of our partnership, of our relationship, are revisited here. We have to nip certain problems in the bud. There could be a certain turn of events in the life of your partner. There could be a certain shift in the life of your business partner, because of which the terms and the commitments and the rules of engagement need to be reviewed, and we need to deal with it. We are looking to improve the give and take. We are looking to revisit the old sort of the contracts, to sort of meet each other halfway, to meet each other on equal footing, to support each other mutually. And what we want from the other person in a relationship, in a client partnership, in a business partnership. What is unsaid needs to be said right now. If you have planets between 0 to 13 degree of Virgo, which is around 23rd of August to 5th of September born Virgo sun, then this is the first time after a long time that your partnership will be coming under review. Even though the partnerships might have been a topic of confusion, of revision, of things not being clear when it comes to your partnership or how do you want to relate with your partner. Things have been shifting because Neptune has been here since 2011. So you might have gone through certain amount of moving away from certain set of people, moving away from a client set, moving away from a business partner because they were not either faithful to you, or they were not trustworthy, or they were not meeting the higher octave of love connection that you were looking for. It was not satisfying you. You were not able to trust them. Now we move to the next phase. Especially if you have planets between 0 to 13 degree, you'll find yourself revisiting this topic. Virgo, when we have Neptune in our house of partnerships, our own sense of self is dissolved because we are being shifted as we evolve in our partnership as well. It is excellent to sort of for creative ventures and to be a person who's on stage, who's on screen, who's in media, who has creative edge to it. But on a mundane level, that makes the topic of partnerships or relationships sometimes a topic of disappointment even. And that might have been the case in the past. But we are moving away from that phase because Neptune is evolving us to learn the true meaning of love to some extent. It is teaching us the true meaning of selfless love. And it is teaching us that love comes in many forms. Love does not come in the only one form that is advertised and is showcased in on Valentine's Day, and the romance of it all that is showcased. That's not the only kind of love that exists. We are given insight into what we truly want in love as well, in partnership as well. The true identity, the true craving, that is showed up. And so right now Neptune is at around 18 degree. So people who have planets around 18 degree of Virgo would be feeling that very strongly right now. For over a year or so, love might have been, or relationship might have been a topic of confusion to some extent. Because our concept of how to connect with others is evolving to a higher level, to a higher vision, to a broader vision, beyond the standard models that are advertised. You're moving towards a more unique model of partnership. This is especially true if you have planets around 18 degree of Virgo, which is around 10th of September born. 2 or 3 degrees and 2 or 3 days before and after. So close to around 8th of September to 12th or 13th of September born would be experiencing that now, and it would have initiated around from last year itself. Now 0 to 13 degree or 23rd of August to 5th of September might be reviewing this on a material basis. The actual contract might be getting changed. You might be in a job or a business contract, or you might be in a legal discussion with your partner to some extent and going back and forth on the actual terms of the partnership. For the Virgos who are born after 7th of September, which is 15 to 30 degree of Virgo, you might have visited this in full force last year in March. Now you'll find that you're coming to the other side. You have been through a cycle of understanding how your relationship or your partnership or your business partnership is evolving, what you want in a partner, how you and your partner play different roles in your life because you're opposite to each other. Now you might be coming to the next phase of it. Virgo, usually your partners are very different from you. They are more childlike. They sort of teach you a different part. You teach them how to operate in the worldly world, and how to operate on the day-to-day basis in the world. You're the organizer. You're the person who knows how to get things done. You're the person who knows how to find solutions. You put an order to things. You handle things when it comes to organizing things. But your partner brings a different side of life to you. Understanding that and evolving with it is part of this growth cycle that you have been on over the course of last couple of years, especially over the course of last 2 years. And now things are coming to sort of a solidification. They're coming to a new phase. A new phase is starting when it comes to your partnership. A freshness is there because we have reached some amount of understanding. Your partners bring spirituality to you, they bring creativity to you, they bring some amount of glam to your life, they bring a little bit of touch of out of this world feeling to your life. They are here to teach you certain things which are not so well defined. Everything in life is not so well defined. They are creative, they are spiritual, they are magical, they are a little bit out of the world. They are like the kind of people who believe in intuition, who believe in spirituality, who believe in a little bit of magic in life, who have a lot of faith in life. And you normally attract those kind of people who have this edge, this different side, which complements you, which adds color to your life, which adds softness of life to you. But to in for these two elements to interact with each other, both in business sense as well as in personal sense, there's certain amount of growth cycle that is required. And because Neptune has been in your house of partnerships since 2011, as a sign, Virgo, your generation is evolving through how you handle partnerships. Virgos of our generation, they are undergoing this evolution cycle, and it will continue to 2026, but we are reaching a maturity of that cycle. We are coming to the other side of it. So right now you sort of would be even looking at this exercise as a way of self projection. Sometimes what we want from ourselves, we ask from others. Your vision of others sometimes is not does not match reality. There's a little bit of idealistic view of partnership that we have, and sometimes the relationships are messy. They don't pan out in the idealistic way that we always imagine. But we are taught the higher octave of love, which is selfless devotion to our partners, where we learn a different way of being in our partnership. But in such a transit, we want to be careful of not losing our own path, because that is a high possibility. Our own vitality, our own focus on ourselves, our own interest sometimes gets majorly compromised because you're more sensitive to the feelings of your partner, the emotions of your partner, how your partner is feeling. We sometimes lose focus on our own path. So you'll be learning this month the balance of you versus the other in your life. It could be the business partner, it could be a client, it could be your spouse, it could be your live-in partner, it could be a person who's really important to you and you're fully committed to them. But till 9th of March, I would suggest you to don't sign contracts, don't put things on dotted line yet, because we are learning more. Look, listen, and sort of have patience with it right now, because we are evolving and this is not an easy exercise. Because when Neptune opposes our own sun, especially for Virgo sun, this is not an easy transit because our ego is challenged in some way. We are asked to shift our own version of our identity, how we see ourselves. Our own identity is evolved here because of how we are told to reconnect in a new way with our clients, with a partner. And there is there's a very different element of our personality that comes out, which was not there. What comes out is gold. What comes out is belief. What comes out is spiritual being who has faith in life and who's able to love people with their imperfections, with their shortcomings. We are able to also sense intuitively much better what the other people want when Neptune is here. You become a sponge of energy from the other person. And that is where you need to guard your health and your focus on yourself. Because you could be taken advantage of over here. You could lose your own path over here if you're not careful. And that is part of the teaching, because delusion is possible. It's possible that we sort of go beyond limits for our partner, losing focus on ourselves. And after 9th of March, when we have a full moon in your sign, you would need to have full focus on yourself. After 9th of March, with a full moon in your sign, and we have one full moon every year in our sign, and this is yours, from 9th of March to 24th of March, the focus is on bringing your reality to conclusion, bringing your life path to focus, bringing something that you started possibly 6 months back, which is of great relevance to your career, which is of great relevance to your life path. That will come to focus after 9th of March, and you might have initiated that 6 months back, or it could be something, a new phase of your life that you initiated around September of 2015. When we had eclipse in this area of your life, when we had eclipse in your sign at this very degree, which is 19 degree 37 minutes of Virgo, which is around 19 or 20 degree of Virgo is around 13th of September born. So if you have planets around 20 degree of Virgo, which is like around, I would say, 13th or 14th of September born, you'll feel this very, very strongly. Even 2 or 3 degrees before or after. This is a very positive full moon. It is in positive energy with Jupiter. It is in positive energy with Pluto and Saturn. All the Earth planets, 3 of the planets which are in Earth element, same element as you, will be forming a positive aspect here. This is called Earth Grand Trine. When an Earth Grand Trine is formed, 3 parts of our life come together. Our sense of ability to take risk in our life, our sense of adventure, and our future growth path, they merge together. And something materially positive comes out of it. So this is a great, great time for you to manifest something that you you started possibly 6 months back, but it is also bringing a big phase of your life to closure. So whatever you had been living since 2015, September, that will be coming to conclusion as well. And now you're entering a new phase here, which is very expansive. You'll be bearing the fruits of a lot of work that you've put in. This is where you have been very detail oriented and you've been working very dedicatedly towards a sort of a career or a project or landing a deal or landing a job. And now that is finally coming to conclusion. And the days forward from 9th of March are fabulous for that. 11th of March is when a certain positive outcome might come as a result of either you traveling or you visiting, or you sort of have a information that comes to you after 9th of March, after this back and forth that might have been going either over a partnership or over a client acquisition or over a business partnership. You finally get some result around 11th of March, which is positive in nature. Then on 14th of March, you are able to add strength to it. You can do detailed work on it. You can get down to the sort of convincing people about it, getting people involved on it. You can go ahead and sort of seal the deal. And then on 19th of March, if you have documentation around it, it's a perfect time to sign a long-term document around 19th of March. And this is all extending from 20 degree all the way to 30 degree of Virgo, but especially 20 degree of Virgo, which is around 13th of September born. And then it extends out all the way to 22nd September. But 13th of September is highlighted. 16th of September is especially highlighted, especially between 20th to 23rd of March. If you're born around 16th of September, of your planets around 23rd or 24 degree of Virgo, you might be acting on a project, a passion project for you. And that is finally coming through. It's finally sort of coming to fruition. It's something that you've been wanting for and been working on, because Saturn has been here for the last 2.5 years. So since December 2017, Saturn has been in your area of passion. You are creating a legacy. We spoke about it over the course of last 2 years with you, that Saturn has been pushing you to create your legacy. And now with Jupiter in this very area of your life is there, asking you to deliver it. This is the year to deliver that legacy. When Jupiter comes in a house of fifth house of passions, we give birth to something. We are given the opportunity to give birth to something that is our legacy. In Saturn, last 2 years, we create the structure, the framework for it, and now we give birth to it. So you would find yourself acting on your creative ideas, acting on your passion projects, acting on your self-expression, acting on the things where you have taken risk on yourself. And you'll feel very energized. This is proactive action where you feel alive, where you feel charged up. Physically, you'll feel charged up this month. You'll feel passionate. You'll feel sort of almost like pushing yourself to the limit. So be careful of not burning yourself out when it comes to physical action. Let me give you a few degrees when those people will feel most activated. So if your planets between 0 to 9 degree of Virgo, which is if you're a Virgo sun, October born, you'll feel very energized to do it in February itself. You might be working on something which is really dear to you, very passionate to you. You'll be giving birth to something that's like a child to you. You might be physically working on something related to your child as well. You might be being very assertive when it comes to parenting as well. Or you might be giving birth to something that you love, you truly desire. It could be a love romance as well, or it could be a creative project. It looks more like a creative project to me, a business, a standalone business where you've taken risk on yourself, you're giving birth to that, and you might be putting everything, you have all your energy into it in February if you have planets between 0 to 9 degree, which is around October born. Then if you're born between 1st of September to 10th of September, or if you have planets between 9 degree to 18 degree of Virgo, you will experience that in the first half of March. Then if you have planets between 18 degree to 30 degree of Virgo, or if you're born between 10th of September to 22nd of September, you will experience that in the second half. Especially people who have planets around 20 degree, 23, 24 degree, which is around 13th September born, 16th September born, you will experience that very strongly on 11th of March, on 14th of March, on 20th, 23rd of March. These are when the things just start falling in place. So my recommendation is hold on to finalizing things till 9th of March. Work on it forward. You sow seeds of partnership, you sow seeds of new contracts, but do not finalize them till about 11th of March. 11th of March onwards, it's green light. Then on 19th of March, Sun moves into your house of terms of partnership. So now we start moving to the financial part of it. We start moving and negotiate, sort of getting into details of what are the terms of partnership. If it's a personal relationship, how would it work? What is the balance of power between the two people? What is the intimacy between the two people? Or if it is a professional partnership that you're undergoing, or a professional relationship that you're entering into, then what is the terms and conditions of that business partnership that you are sort of getting into? That will become the focus after 19th of March, especially after 24th of March when we have a new moon here. at 4 degree. So if you have planets around 4 degree, or if you're born around 27th of August, 24th of March to early April, you might be working on a physical document. You might be having a new phase of intimacy in your personal relationship, or you might be dealing with certain financial agreements in your business partnership, and that will be coming to conclusion over the course of 14 days starting from 24th of March. Another date is 28th of March, which is beautiful. It's if you're undergoing travel, the month of March, especially after 9th of March, is very conducive to travel. Actually, you could be undertaking a voyage or a travel, or might be looking to publish something creative, or you might be looking to interact with foreign people or falling in love with a person who's foreign to you after 4th of March. But there could be slight confusion, right? Stay flexible before Mercury goes direct. Mercury goes direct. Mercury is your ruler. It goes direct after 9th of March. So things start moving in the right direction after 9th of March. Before that, there can be confusion. There can be back and forth. There can be errors in documents. So after 9th of March, because Venus is in your house of adventure, it becomes easy to travel. Travel becomes beneficial. You attract people who are different from you, attract favors from people who are different from you. You attract partners who are different from you, attract love from foreign places. It's a good time to publish, to write, to share your viewpoints with others. It becomes easier for you to talk to people who are different from you. And 28th of March is a grand earth trine involving Venus. So certain creative outputs, it could be a publication, it could be something you need to write to your foreign partners, it could be just having an adventure with your partner, which comes to positive conclusion. A financial matter can also come to a positive conclusion on 28th of March, especially true if you have planets around 24 degree of Virgo, which is around 16th of September born. One long-term transit that is starting in March, on 21st of March, Saturn is moving into Aquarius, which is your house of service. It usually starts a project where you need to be very exacting. It usually makes us restructure our day-to-day routines. It makes us work very hard on organizing things. It's like once you know what your passion is, the last 2 years you've spent in figuring out what your passion is. Now the next 2.5 years we will spend in figuring out how to make it happen in the real life. Setting up the processes for it, setting up the appropriate team for it, setting up the lucrative model of it. I spoke about this in detail in 2020 and beyond, because this is a long-term transit for the next 2.5 years. But more importantly, because Jupiter will be joining Saturn here on 21st of December 2020, this will become the part of your abundance for the next 20 years, because the next 20-year cycle of growth and abundance will be very much embedded in how you will be setting up the actual organization. So I would request you to look at that video. It is very, very important. And I've tried to give certain practical solutions on career, on the kind of work or the kind of business that you should be setting up. What should be the flavor of it for it to be more gainful for you? Take a look at that. But you'll see the first flavor of it in March. Especially on 31st of March, when Mars and Saturn are meeting at the exact degree where Saturn and Jupiter will meet on 21st of December, there might be something you are initiating. It could be a project, it could be some work you're doing, it could be a hiring of a co-worker or a person who works with you, or a shift in work environment that you might be doing, which will come handy for you in this new process that you're starting. So be mindful of your actions around 31st of March, because they'll be part of your long-term abundance at the time. So that's what I have for you, Virgo. The key benefit for you in 2020, and I can't stress this enough, because this is one of the most and I don't say this lightly, this is a lucky part of your chart where Jupiter, the great benefic, is coming. Jupiter has come in your house of joy, and you will experience over the course of this year that your happiness your ability to enjoy life. It's like return of happiness, return of uh, confidence and faith in your ability to reach your potential, your ability to make a business or a creative project come to its full excellence, love coming through, pride in children, all the things that you've worked on over the course of last 2.5 years. Now Jupiter brings opportunity to grow them, to expand them, to benefit from them. This is where we gain security from our passions. This is the best of both the worlds, where we get to work on what we are passionate about and we earn financially from it as well. So it's a excellent aspect to have Jupiter in the house of joy, in the house of giving birth to something that we are passionate about, in the house of children, where we start enjoying our children. We finally reach a stage after working hard on our children, on parenting, that we reach a stage of enjoying them. We reach a stage where in love we start enjoying, we start receiving more love. This is the area of our life where we receive instead of trying to push for love. And the review of your partnership that is happening right now will be very much an element that will feed into it, that will positively feed into love life, that will positively feed into your relationship with your children, that will positively feed into your feeling confident about yourself when you take risk in your life. Because when our partnerships are strong, we are able to take more risk in life, we are able to feed off that, and you'll feed off this streamlining that you're doing this month. It will feed into your house of joy. So good luck for that, Virgo. I'll leave the details on the screen as well, because I understand there are a lot of degrees and date of births that I discussed during the course of discussing the video. So I'll leave them on the screen so you can refer back to them to see which degrees are affected when the most or benefited the most. So good luck for that, Virgo. I'll see you in the next month now.